curse of being a historian that studies the national and international implications of Atlanta as a Black Mecca. And I actually take it to the mat. I challenge it. I turn it over, spin it around. And the particular phrase that you use, I think that that particular civil rights advocate and activist also stated in 2014 when Michael Brown lay dead in the streets in Ferguson, Missouri, erupted, that this would never happen in Atlanta. Now, in doing so, he clearly forgot the Summer Hill riots of 1966, the Dixie Hill riot and rebellion of 1967, the killing of Eddie Kirkland in 1985, the killing of Eddie Lee Callahan in 1987, and the Rodney King rebellion that took place in 1992. And so when we begin to talk about this conversation, what we're looking at is that same boosterism that I raised earlier, which presented Atlanta as Dr. King's dream on steroids. It's a narrative that presents that we can all come together in kumbaya and this is a better society. Now, this is not to say that this particular area is not a unique place for African descended people. This is a unique city. However, the perpetuation of this idea in the same manner of this Old South mythology was presented to the world, and when this area franchised for world consumption, it disfranchised, criminalized, and demonized Black indigenous people. And so what we're talking about here are those that have gotten fat, those that have gotten rich off of the commercial branding of these particular ideas, but not understanding how this particular kind of policy and the codification of this, how it manifests down to the people. And so this is where we are. Money is not everything. And that's a part of this conversation. I was sitting once with a civil rights activist, and he stated that when the state of Georgia changed its flag in 2001, from the Navy Jack flag to the blue Georgia flag, that the city of Atlanta lost $60 billion. Lost $60 billion because stakeholders were going to put a new loop around the Outer Banks, 60 miles from downtown, outside of Atlanta. And I had to say to them, you know, sir, money is not everything. But I want to present it to you all like this. The Navy Jack flag, the Confederate battle flag that we know of, came about in 1956 as a result of Brown v. Board of Education. This was about white male recalcitrance. This is about the state of Georgia thumbing its nose at federal policy. As a result of this, when the flag was removed and replaced by Roy Barnes in 2001 and then subsequently changed back in 2003, what was actually done was the state legislators switched Dixies and gave us the first national flag of the Confederacy. So the Georgia state flag today is the first national flag of the Confederacy. But many of us don't know that. And then we present this idea that the state of Georgia is the most moderate state in the American South. So we have to understand what Dr. Young said earlier about iconography and about image and how these things are presented to the public.